Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. So today we're gonna actually continue with part 5 of Saimin Seishidou. Now, ladies and gents, I'd like to address a couple of things. Actually, not really address, but more like clarify. So the first one is that there is no episode 6, sorry, there's no episode 7 unfortunately, because apparently when I saw the cover of the new episode, supposed new episode, is that they actually included it in this particular one. So that's just the first one. The second one is that I'm kind of uncomfortable doing the last part because I was gonna do another series because the last part contains kind of, how to say it, it's kind of weird, but I digress. So now we're gonna get on to the context. So for context is that the first episode's girl's name is actually Yui, and now we get to see Obata, which is the mom. So the mom comes in and she tells, and he's actually looking for her. And the mom answered and she was like, well, she's not here right now. She's gone somewhere. And he's like, well, maybe I could come in and talk to you for a bit, you know. And then they like talking for a bit, and she says that, and as she is actually looking through the room, he's actually glancing at the ring, her wedding finger, and I was like, oh nah, girl's about to get cooked. So of course they come into the room that she's talking about how she her daughter and stuff, and this is where it gets worse. Actually, after he uses his hypnotic abilities, she fell for it, of course, and she ended up doing the most questionable, nastiest, freakiest shit I've ever seen. And she's actually like kind of trying to compare to her daughter, which is weird. But, anyways, bro was like having the time of his life. Mind you, you know what's kind of that? You know what's the weirdest shit to me is the fact that this man looks like a grown ass married man with 3 kids and an annoying housewife. But he's I'm not even gonna say it honestly. That's what's weirded me the fuck out. But anyways, that's the end of the first part, and she ended up falling for him. And she tells him, listen, if you need any assistance, quote unquote, come by again. And he was like, bet. So we go to the mom now, Android 18's mom. I didn't even know she was that sexy. Although she gives me the tsundere vibes. Like she would like you, but she won't admit it. But we all could tell that she likes the person. That's the type of tsundere she gives. That's the vibe she given. So she's like in like her business. I'm not even sure what that is. I'm not sure if it's in a business building or in a penthouse. But from what I can see, it looks like a penthouse they're staying by. And the mom is like this super rich business corporate type of woman, and her daughter, and of course they're talking because apparently she was thinking the exact same thing we were thinking, like why would you give an individual that is very less appealing that kind of position, no pun intended. And he says, well, listen, I understand your concerns. And she was actually arguing with her daughter. And Reina's like, well, listen, I really like this guy. And she starts to like downplay him and downplay her. And she's like, well, your taste in men is kind of terrible. I mean, where did you get this hot garbage from? And this is where things got like very interesting. So he tells her, well, listen, I am doing the guidance and I want to make sure that she is well prepared and stuff and such and such. So she's like, well, and as soon as he said that, this is where he uses his hypnotic abilities again to like basically hypnotize her. And she is like trying so hard not to give in because we can see how hard she's been trying to like get out of that state, but it was too late. But at first, of course, we see that she was very confident, very, very high and mighty and shit, right? She was telling him, well, listen, you're such a wimp. You call yourself a sex guidance counselor? Nah, you ain't all that. All right, she started talking hella smack to the guy. So the guy was like, oh, nah. Bro woke up and snuck behind her like the Undertaker. I was like, God damn, yeah, she's cooked. Because she was like very much telling him, well, listen, you're such a wimp and you call yourself that? Nah, it ain't gonna do it for me. All that challenge shit is over with when she thought that was the last she hears from him. But of course, he had a trick up his sleeve. And he ended up hypnotizing her to the point where after they finished doing it, he noticed something. he started to hear like a heavy breath. And when he opens the door to get out or something, he sees Reina, Android 18, pent up like a fucking dog in heat. And he tells her, well, listen, why are you trying to get yourself comfortable when you can just come in and join in the party? And she is gasping for air. It's like she's fighting for oxygen at this point because she's in such a pent up rage. Not really like pent up rage, more like pent up to the point where she just wants to, like, yeah, you know what I mean. But anyways, that is it for the context. That is it for the 2-in-1 special. So without further ado, let's get right into this.
あら、いらっしゃい田中くん。今日もゆいの静止道？ご苦労様。でもごめんなさい。あの子今出かけてるのよ。
ああ、いえ。今日は別件でして。お母さんにお願いがあるんです。
私？あ、もしかしてゆいが何かご迷惑かけちゃった？
いえいえ、娘さんは優秀ですよ。
あら、じゃあなんだろ
う。いや、何？大したことじゃありませんよ。へえ、ここがご夫婦の寝室ですか。
ごめんなさいね。私もうっかりしてたわ。娘の指導のために母親の体の具合を確かめるなんて常識だもの。
田中はじめくんだったわね。あなたレイナとはどういう関係なのかしら。もし付き合ってるのだとしたら、レイナ、あなた随分と男の趣味が悪くなったわね。
ちょっとママ、失礼じゃん。
何か誤解されてるようですね、お母さん。僕は娘さんに性指導を行ってるだけですよ。
性指導？
あれ、ご存知ないですか？思春期の学生に行う性行為の指導ですよ。
はあ？何こいつ、頭がおかしいの？
レイナさんの将来のためにおまんこの使い方を教えてあげてるだけじゃないですか。
あなたね、ふざけるのも大概にしなさい。大人をバカにして、今すぐご両親の連絡先を。なんだ、性指導員だったの。そうならそうと早く言いなさい。セックスしてるのかと思ってしまったじゃない。
そっちが話を聞かなかったんじゃん。行こう、はじめ。
待ちなさい。確か母親には性指導員の能力を確かめる権利があったわよね。悪いけどテストさせてもらうわよ。
はあ？何言ってんの？
あなたは黙ってなさい。怪しい。この男、根拠はないけれど、なぜか疑わないといけないような気がするわ。
わかりました。指導員としての僕の能力を証明すればいいんですね。そんなところで一人で慰めてないで入ってきたらどうですか？倉敷さん。
Alright folks, that seems to be the end of part 1. Sorry, not part 1, what am I saying? Part 5, which is the second to last episode of this series. And yeah, I think this was actually interesting that they included the 2 moms in one episode, which was crazy, by the way, don't get it twisted. It was actually kind of interesting that they added the 2 moms. I guess they do it because of the fact that they didn't want to leave the first episode girls' moms out. That is why they probably put it in like a 2-for-1 special. And surprisingly enough, they actually added like 15 minutes into these 2 case scenarios, which was crazy. I don't know how they did it, but Queen Bee, you did your thing. So that is it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I know I've yapped a lot. I know you guys didn't order a yappuccino, but I had to say that I just had to like clarify certain things first before we get to the video and actually the context. So actually, and I'm already down to my last, this is not actually the last video of the series. This is more like the second to last, and I will be uploading the last video sometime this week, of course, before the end of the week at least, so we can get to it. But anyways, thank you so much. Have a good one. Peace out.